my life in America City.
American software developer John McAfee, known for the software security company named after him, has been on the run for weeks from police in Belize, where he had been living, who want to question him about the death of his neighbor. McAfee managed to evade police while still talking to reporters and being active on social media until the last couple days. And how he was caught tells us a lot about our own online security. Craig Timberg's been covering the story. It's really fascinating stuff. Maybe most interestingly, how it applies to us. But what happened to McAfee? Where is he today?
So he's in Guatemala. He was sort of less caught than discovered, right? Because he was essentially outed by a picture that was taken by some journalists he was traveling with. And the journalist took a snapshot of him and one of the journalists posted it on their website. And some tech-savvy folks were able to download the underlying data that the iPhone captured when they took that picture, and it included the precise GPS coordinates. And then, of course, he was out, and he sort of had to give himself up a bit.
So in the metadata of this photo is the GPS coordinates of where it's taken. There's a number of... I'm not surprised to find out that that data is embedded on my phone in the photo,
yeah.
But it's sent out to the point where once it's posted, the data is still hanging out. That is scary.
Yeah, you could turn off the geolocation function on your smartphones, and that makes them somewhat less functional. One of the things I use most often with my phones, I try to figure out, whether there's traffic in some place I'm going, or whether there's a movie theater nearby. So the geolocation is very useful to users, but it's also, you could turn it off in each and every instance when you take a picture, but it's a little bit awkward and intrusive, isn't it?
So there's no easy way to fix it, is what you're saying.
The reality is that we're creating a volume and precision of data about ourselves that's being transmitted kind of all the time. I mean, my cell phone is a Verizon cell phone. Verizon has essentially every movement I've made since I first got a smartphone 3 years ago, right? And so, I mean, you start to marry that to, like, every time I use a plastic fare card in the metro, every time my car goes through a toll booth with the Easy Pass thing on it, right? My web browsing, there's a lot of data about all of us that is just kind of out there and gets collected and combined in ways that is hard to kind of grasp.
Any legal protection?
Not a heck of a lot. So if a company makes a representation and says, oh, we're not going to share this data with anybody, and then shares the data, the FTC will go after them and crack down. But there's not like a single clear legal standard on what's permitted and not permitted. So as long as companies are acting within their own professed guidelines, by and large, it's fair game on your data. And it's striking in particular because in other parts of the world, particularly Europe, there are strict laws that are enforced that say what can be collected, how it can be used, how long it can be kept. As an American, you don't have that kind of protection.
Yeah, it sounds like our choices are be watched or be a hermit.
Yeah, that's kind of right.
Okay, well, and on that positive note, I will not do anything shady and assume everyone's watching.
Yeah, the safest thing is to have no secrets.
Okay. No secrets here. Craig, thanks a lot.
My pleasure.